Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to be working on multiplying and dividing money. It's module 16.4. And the essential question is, how can we use multiplication and division in problems involving money? And the good news is that we already know how to multiply and divide by multiple digits. So all we're really doing today is adding a dollar sign to signify that we are multiplying and dividing money. So let's take a look at the very first problem. In the first problem, it's about Mrs. Cleary, and she wants to buy books for her bookstore. The new novel she wants comes in a case containing 48 books. Each book costs her $15. How much would one case of the books cost? Okay, so we're trying to find out how much it's going to cost her to buy an entire case of books. And we know that in that case, there are 48 books, and we know that every single book is going to cost her $15. So this is a multiplication problem because we have 48 groups of 15. Each one of those books is worth $15, which would be a multiplication problem. And we already know how to do 2 by 2 digit multiplication. We know that if we have 48 and we multiply it by 15, the first step would be to multiply 5 times 8, which is 40. The 0 goes here. We carry the 4. 5 times 4 is 20, plus the 4 that we carried makes 24. Okay, done with the 5, done with the 4. Then we bring a placeholder 0 down and then multiply 1 times 8, which is 8. 1 times 4, which is 4. And we add both of our partial products. 0 and 0 make 0. 4 and 8 make 12. 1, 2, and 4 make 7. Okay, so that means that Mrs. Cleary will pay, and then I'm going to put a dollar sign because we are dealing with money, $720 for one case of books. So I know that we have step 1, step 2, step 3, but we've already learned how to multiply 2 by 2 digit numbers. Okay, so I'm not going to take you through each one of the steps. All I want you guys to really to see is that if we're multiplying, when we get the product, you put a dollar sign in front of it. Okay, all right, let's look at example number 2. Mrs. Cleary paid $584 for 8 cases of a popular magazine. How much did she pay for each case of the magazines? So what we need to find is how much money did she pay for each case of magazines? Well, I know that she paid $584 for 8 cases. So that means that we want to take that $584 and separate it by 8 cases, because we know out of that $584, she used some of it for one case, some of it for a second case, some of it for a third case, a fourth case, a fifth case, a sixth case, a seventh case, and an 8th case. Basically, that large amount of money was separated between the 8 cases of magazines. And when we're separating, that is a division problem. And we've already learned how to do long division. So if we have 584, and I want to divide it by 8, well, I know that 8 cannot go into 5 at all, but it can go into 58 7 times without going over. I know that because 8 times 7 is 56. When I subtract 56 from 58, I get 2, and I bring down my 4. Okay, so now I want to divide 24 divided by 8. Well, I know 8 can go into 24 exactly 3 times. And that 3 times 8 is 24. And when I subtract those, I have nothing remaining, which means that she spent 73 is our answer. But because we're referring to money, we would say that Mrs. Cleary paid $73 for each case of magazines. Okay, so that's what we're working on, multiplying and dividing money. And you know what? It doesn't hurt for us to get a little bit more practice with multiplication and division. That's something that we definitely want to stay on top of. When we talk to the middle school teachers over at North Richland Middle School, one of the things that they tell us is that when the students come to them, that one of the biggest struggles they have is remembering their multi-digit multiplication and division. So we really want to try to spend as much time as possible practicing those skills so that we can be sure we are sharp. Okay, so that's really all you needed to do today is work on those 2 problems. Tomorrow we're going to work on doing a few more of these together, and then you will have an assignment to do tomorrow on your own. Good luck and take care. See you tomorrow.